ahead, Brandon.
You
have
got
something
this.
hard on to get it going. Go ahead. Do your thing. You can't wait 30 fucking seconds.
I
It's
thought
gotta
you
be
were
right now. It's got to be right
hey,
now.
I thought
gotta
maybe
be
you were
right
just
now.
chilling with the moving people. I don't
You
know
see
what's
these?
going
You see
on.
these things, these information devices.
Yeah, I don't have one from you. I'm like,
Go on.
oh man,
Go on,
hey,
then.
I'm
Go on.
running behind, you know,
Go
big
on,
deal. Everybody. I was all in a tizzy because everybody couldn't see us. Oh my goodness.
When?
All right, can everybody see us right now? If you guys, it usually just takes like a refresh. If you can't see us, just refresh the page or whatever. Don't be afraid to click things. I was working through this with my mom yesterday. What's that?
Can you explain to people real quick what the new channel is? Some people were like, is this some kind of sketchy thing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, basically everybody was complaining because 4 people were it was literally 4 people. I went and looked at the analytics and 4 people were watching for free. So we switched channels again so that nobody could watch for free, but I know it's a big pain. Yeah, Ardelin, just refresh the page. Anyway, so now we switched channels, so we're streaming on a new channel so that it's locked again, so nobody knows where it's at, and then we'll keep switching every month and kind of confuse everybody. So this is good. Ardelin, everybody else is here but you. Log back out and then log back in then. Maybe that'll work, perhaps. We do have a couple things that we're going to go over this morning, I think, that are going to be pretty cool. Okay, so first things first, obviously, Node Market, gas fees, everything else over there, everything's going good, really good. We have a lot of stuff on the back end built, but we're going to build more, and you guys should be able to get. Oh, Ardelin, you refreshed. You got it. Okay, good. So we're good to go. I kind of wanted to go over, and I don't know if you've seen, actually everybody's seen this before, but they don't know they've seen it yet. But I got a call from somebody yesterday or 2 days ago asking about this thing, saying they had received an AGIX airdrop from the AGIX token, from the AGIX contract. And I'm like, no, you didn't receive an AGIX airdrop from the contract. He said, yeah, it's the same. I'm like, okay. So we're going to walk through this, and the best way that I can do this is kind of paint a picture and show you guys a story. So let me make the screen just a little bit bigger. This is Etherscan, and this is somebody's wallet. And we're going to walk through this step by step, what happened to this person, because I know you guys have all done similar to the same thing to an extent. So this person is on Kraken. So a lot of us are either we're on Kraken, we're on Coinbase, and we send money from Kraken. We send it to our MetaMask wallet so that we can live in the decentralized world. This person sent a lot of money from Kraken, 1,243,000 from Kraken into their MetaMask wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the wallet address. Boom. And I'm going to go over to the spreadsheet. We're going to paste it here. So this is the wallet. We're going to call this victim's wallet. How about that? And we're going to paste the wallet address here because we're going to look at this here really easily. Okay. So then this person obviously transferred this money over for a reason. They wanted to send this money to somebody. And so as we do, sometimes we recommend we send a test send. And a test send lets you send money so you can test out that it's going to the right address. So this person sent from their wallet, they sent $103 as a test send to this wallet. Okay. And so I'm going to copy that wallet address, and I'm going to go put this up here. And this is going to be the test send wallet. And they sent $103. That's really small. So let's make that bigger. Blah, 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 bigger. That was the slowest way to make it bigger, but we did. So they sent $103. It got there. They're like, hey, you know what? The test send wallet got there. And the next thing that happens in this wallet is what happens in a lot of wallets. And I know you guys have seen this. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. A duplicate transaction appeared that looked very sketchy, okay? And when you look at these two addresses right here, do you see any difference? In the chat, I don't see any difference. 0xA879, and then you check the last 4, 7BE9. This was the same, 0x, okay. So you're like, okay, so I sent the test send here. I'm going to go copy the address that I sent it to right here. Boom, it looks almost the same. Boom, I'm going to copy this, okay? Because it says 79F7, 79F7. It's about the same. It even starts the same. 0x7343, 0x7343. It looks the same. I'm going to copy it. Boom. Luckily, Etherscan comes up with this warning for me because I have a setting on there. But this person must not have had this setting. So I'm going to copy this address. Okay, understand, copy the address. I'm going to go over here and paste this address. And as you can see, the address is very similar at the front. The first 5 characters are the same. And the last 4 characters, last 6 characters are the same. So if you're doing the visual test where you check only the last 4 characters of an address and you send it. So then he sent nothing over this address, but somebody spoofed and sent from this fake address to this fake address, and it showed up in his wallet as $103 sent. So what this person did is they went and actually copied this address again because they know the test send went there fine. They accidentally copied the fake address instead of the real one, and then they ended up sending the rest of their money to that fake address. The $1,241,000 they ended up sending to the fake address. Okay, so that ended up going to the scammer's address basically, and so they ended up losing all of their money in this transaction, unfortunately, because they ended up copying the wrong address. It was one of those things. And a lot of people so I had somebody call me and say they got an airdrop from AGIX and they looked at the token address and they're like, oh, it looks the same as an AGIX airdrop. And it isn't actually the same, because what these miners do is they go mine an address that looks very similar to an address where you just sent a test send to. And so watch out for that. Make sure you know what you're doing. Double, triple check everything and copy the whole address. Maybe even copy it into a spreadsheet like I just did here. And you can see the first little bit's the same and the last little bit's the same. But as you can see, the middle's all messed up. So this is the spoof address, and then this equals money lost, gone. Okay, so that's what happened to that person. And it's very unfortunate. This is also another reason that I have encouraged people to go get .eth addresses, because they're very short, easy to read, and it's a fail safe for all this stuff. And I think it's very important for people to do that. So anyway, yeah, I would be flipping out too if I lost over $1 million. I think that's very unfortunate. Really sad situation. And it happens. I think even in any of your wallets, if you go up to, let's go to, this is the actual scam transaction. But if you go to Etherscan and you go to like any of your wallets or anything, let's just go to this person's wallet. Across the top here, you'll see transactions. This is ERC20 transactions. So this is any token transactions that aren't like Ethereum transactions or anything like that. I think I have a wallet, digital test .eth. I really like .eth names because I can type them in and I know that it's going to the right wallet. So I can go through here and I can see any transactions that are done in ETH. Sometimes these are like approval transactions as well, but then you have these other transactions. These are like token transfers. So these are any transactions that are not ETH. These are all token transfers. So as you can see, there's just like a bunch of hypercycle ones in this one. I wonder if there's any fake ones in this one here. Oh yeah, so there is, I don't think any fake ones. They usually target like high dollar wallets, and for some reason mine's not a high dollar wallet. Big deal, I get that. No big deal. Anyway, so the setting on Etherscan, dude, I think it's honestly just a native setting setup. I don't know how this person didn't have it set up. And so do I know who it is? I don't know who it is that had that happen. That was, yeah, that was, so I follow these people that find scams and they find these hacks and stuff just to teach people. And I've noticed these in my wallet all the time, but this is like, this is just a better way of illustrating, I guess, what happened. Yeah, we did a video on how to get a .eth address. It's in the tech tip videos. Super easy to find that. Anyway, so that's that. First things first. Second things second, we're still doing the buy 10 NFTs, get 10 node licenses for free. I know, who is it? Let's see up here. Where is it? Where is it? Anyway, somebody just did that yesterday. Oh, John, there we go. John Pikowski just got 10 licenses yesterday, finished up his 10. Congrats to that. And there's a couple other people who have taken advantage of that already as far as that goes. As far as hypercycle questions, I can answer any of those that you guys might have right now. just really quickly. But I did want to kind of go through the market real quick, even before we go behind the wall, because I think this is cool to see what's going on here. Obviously, Bitcoin's up pretty good today. The inflows on the ETF, I haven't updated yesterday's numbers because I didn't have time to do that before the show, but we still have the 12th numbers. As you can see, the ETF is, and this is so cool because on the 12th, there was an increase of $493 million into the ETF, and the Bitcoin's price went up again 5.9%. I assume yesterday, even though I haven't updated the numbers or looked at it, we had another increase of 500 million. And so Bitcoin's going to go up accordingly. I think people in the market are right now calling. They're saying, oh, the charts are saying Bitcoin needs to fall back. Bitcoin needs to fall back. But honestly, if you keep looking at the charts every time you think Bitcoin's going to fall back, I think you're going to fall behind, because the math on the Bitcoin ETF is a bigger story than what's happening on these charts right now. And it's almost hilarious to watch people like just only look at the charts and not look at the big picture of math of what's going on. So we're going to talk about this a little bit more when we go behind the wall, and I'm going to show you some cool stuff with this dashboard here. But anyway,
hey,
so that kind of shows that
on the 10 NFTs, it's got to be relatively recent. Like, you can cajole Brandon into saying yes if it's within the last few weeks. If it was 6 months ago, no.
Here's the thing that I work with in a perfect example, Mr. T. Bonig. Somebody bought 2 NFTs on Monday. They mailed me and they're like, hey, I'm going to buy 10 NFTs total. Can you watch these? And then they bought 3 NFTs on Wednesday. Then they bought 3 NFTs on Thursday. And then they bought another 2 NFTs on Friday. And so, bam, perfect. That's it. So that's what we're trying to do. Perfect.
Okay, bam. Let's see. Yeah. So did you see, Brandon, earlier Bitcoin did touch 52 just for a second?
Sheesh. Yeah, that's what a run up. And I mean, it makes sense. I mean, do the math. It's like I keep telling, do the flipping math. There's not enough supply in the market for all the buying that's happening.
I think it's also a function that Grayscale wasn't going to be selling forever. Like, they weren't going to. Every single Bitcoin that Grayscale owns wasn't, and even if it had, at some point that would end, and then there would be nothing left to sell. Like, that's the communism problem, right? Like, communism's great until you run out of other people's stuff to give away. Then you're stuck. So like, that was going to run its course, and we said that for a while, and people were like, "Oh no!" And this is where the people like the Kramers of the world get it wrong. They kind of don't understand the math around crypto. And that's how you know they don't really understand like money and currency specifically, because all this stuff reduces to microeconomics. And so, it seems like common sense, but common sense is not very common these days. So remember yesterday when Bitcoin sold off on the inflation data?
Okay.
Everybody's
don't get us started.
Flip the skirt and actually look at what was in that, and then a day later it's back up. It went down to what, like 47.8, and then up to 52. I mean, Jesus. So yeah, there is that. All right, let's see.
The inflation data is so fake, it's not even fun. Like, why are we even listening to these guys talk anymore? It just frustrates me beyond reason.
You know what it is? It's not a measure of inflation, it's a measure of spending. And so you just have to remember that you're looking at spending. Spending is not always inflation, right? Like, you got to look, that the classic example, right? Like, you can pay someone to dig a ditch and you can pay someone to fill it in. Nothing has actually changed, but money's been spent. So you want to wrap your mind around all of the ways that currency units float around, all the ways they're created into existence and then extinguished. And then things just make a little bit more sense, and you're not caught off guard. Because the worst thing is, a lot of people see all this news, the macro news, and then they start kind of trying to weave it into their crypto portfolios and all this, which is, you better make sure you're reading the right things and that you understand what you're looking at. Otherwise, you'll make some foolish decisions, and you'll look back and go, dang, why did I react to that? Like the original Fetch news. Oh, the founders are buying back some equity from the foundation. Oh, the foundation is insolvent. The foundation isn't Fetch. So it's like if you start a charitable organization and the organization goes under, that doesn't have anything to do with the actual company. It's a charitable organization that just don't. So again, you gotta, especially when we're in these kind of bullish markets, you have to be much less reactive and just like take the news, read it, kind of absorb it, don't stress about it, give it a few days to germinate, like let other people do all the reacting and all the stupidness. That's what I would say.
There's a question here. Yesterday you said check GUI when placing an order. Good idea. So when you place an order on Node Market, if that's your question, you don't. It's a free listing, so you don't need to check gas because the buyer's the one that pays the gas. So you're not paying gas retroactively when the order fills. The buyer comes and pays the gas to finalize that signature transaction on the blockchain. But when you go to place an order, meaning buy, you check gas because it'll fill immediately. So then you check the gas. That's what was meant.
Okay, should we go behind the wall and then we can talk portfolio and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Are there any other public facing questions? Let's see. Do we continue? Man, that's a behind the wall question, buddy. Let's see. Do you have no, it's not a huge watch. It's the big one. It's the sporty Apple Watch. It's not anything fancy. I'm not a baller because I have this watch. Matter of fact, look, it looks bigger the closer I get to the camera. It looks like I'm a real baller, but it's the camera. Brandon, do you have a baller Apple Watch? What? Brandon don't tell no time. All right.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm bad. Philip, put your wallet in the address or put your wallet in the chat or message me, email me right now. We'll take a look at it on the show. Anyway, let's go behind the wall.
Okay, behind the wall we go. Let me just put up this little thing here and off we go. Sorry, everyone. I mean, not sorry. Not sorry for everyone behind the wall. Sorry for everyone else.
Sorry, not sorry.
Have fun being partially rich.
Gosh dang it. There's some things happening in the market, Nick. This is great. Oh my.
To make it really loud. There we go. Just to really anger everyone. No, I think it's peaceful.